Novel Chronicles is a tabletop web series combining improvised storytelling and acting, structured using the rules of a role-playing game. There are 4 players who each represent a character in a group of adventurers. And there is one game master who plays everyone else in the world the characters encounter. Because it's a game, there are a lot of dice rolls. Typically, lower numbers are bad, and higher numbers are good. We use our imaginations and props, miniature terrain, and vivid performances by our 5 actors. And our story is set in the alternative fantasy world of ben-tir. This is Novel Chronicles. Hello and welcome to episode 5 of Novel Chronicles. We are very excited to have you here. I am the Game Master Timothy Reese, and by we, I am referring, of course, to our cast of characters. Once again around the circle.
Hi, I am Bill Crowe. I play Hecate, a nomad sword mage.
I am Danielle Beckmann. I play Greta. She is a squick, and she's a tiny ball of alchemical energy.
Hi, I'm Mark David Christenson. I play Iwin. I am a 170-year-old Farron, and usually being spry at that age gets me in big trouble.
Hey there, I am Victoria Rani, and I play Ashvin. Ashvin is a bard and a barbarian. Some might say bardbarian.
Perfect. Where we last left off, the party is in the bloated, fetid city of Restavarn. Perched on the shores of the Amber Sea, the monstrous cosmopolis exploded in population in recent years due to a huge sinkhole forming along the shoreline. A sleepy fishing village of 200 is now 20,000, and the optimistic and opportunistic from all over the region have taken up residence to explore the pits, an enormous scar in the earth stretching down into darkness. Miners and prospectors spend all day hammering and picking at the cave, hauling out a putrid mud, while large pipes boil the seawater that continually seeps into the ever-deepening excavation. After orienting themselves with a bath and a breakfast, the party sought work amidst the other mercenary companies that have filled the power vacuum in this all-too-full ramshackle city. They are very nearly broke, and only a few more days of food and lodging here will see them out on the street and bankrupt. Following up on a job notice for integrous individuals, the party discovered the mayor, Kubris Gelatarn, under duress at the hands of several armed individuals, and rescued him outside Middle Hall in the center of town. So where we return for all of you is moments after the end of the last episode. You have just emerged victorious from an unexpected battle with several large Kratos who were dressed in half-plate armor. Now their ashes remain after being completely evaporated by Hecate's lightning bolt, as well as the fully covered in mud, spitting out muck, Mayor Kubris Gelatarn is rising up on his feet. The 60-year-old individual that you see in front of you was likely dressed in something nice, but now is just a pale beige. And as he's currently drawing his breath, you can see that there is a clamor that's approaching at the end of the street. Several shadows, people looking on. Several of the windows have opened up in this small lean-to alley where you had just had a battle outside of the town hall. As it is, he's currently getting his breath. You have asked him from the previous episode if he was still looking to employ mercenaries and if you had gotten the job, to which he replied, yes, before vomiting. And now we return to all of you as he's currently wiping his mouth.
Is there, just to get a lay of the land a little bit, is there a place we can kind of, I don't know, shield ourselves from the onlooking crowd?
You'd have to go into Middle Hall. You also,
okay.
Directly in front of you are the fully smoking remains of 2 dead Kratos. The armor is really all that's left as the cloth has burned away.
Okay.
But the inside of the inner state of condition of the armor is like burnt toast.
We gotta get out of here.
We should probably get out of the streets.
Yeah.
Do you have a place you can take us?
Well, I was going to recommend here, but clearly this isn't safe. As he retches once more on the ground. I got it in my mouth.
Hecate, can you clean him up somehow?
Yeah. They'll shoot out the prestidigitation on him.
As you prestidigitate, as the mud begins flinging off of him in all directions. Oh, that's disconcerting. Oh, it's in my mouth.
Yeah.
Oh. As he's currently, you see him pulling up from his waist is a small flask, which he takes a big swig out of before sloshing it around and just spitting it on the ground in a puddle. You can see also now two distinct individuals hurrying down the center of the alley towards you. Both of them are striking in their appearance. It's hard to gauge exactly what they look like underneath these deep cowls that they're both wearing. However, one of them, strikingly, is hovering several inches above the ground, not touching the muck. Both of them are in a bright blue cloaks that are showing signs of very expensive silk armor, which none of you have had really any experience with, as it's currently banded to the cloaks. There's a golden filigree about their outfits of intricate symbols, and one of them appears to be fidgeting with something flashing silver in their hand, wrapping across knuckles, but otherwise their faces are completely cowled. But they are making their way towards you at a high speed, one of them walking quickly and the other one hovering.
As we see this, what's the vibe when you say hurried? What is Greta perceiving? Is it to be, we should run, or no, we can have a chat?
It's with intent.
Okay.
And as Kubris is now turning around to see them, you hear, "Oh, sis," as the two of them now coming closer to the rest of you. One of them pulls up short. It's the one that is currently flicking something in their hand that looks to be, you see flashes of silver and black, but you can't make out what it is. It's moving around in their hand almost as if it has a life of its own. It's quite quick. And you get glimpses of it looking flat, glimpses of it looking like a circle. It looks like it's changing shape slightly, but they're constantly fidgeting with it. Whereas the other one, still head unexposed. "Peace, Kubris. We just come to talk." You say, "I'm not interested in hiring your services for the last time, Richa." As the individual now moving closer, you realize is quite tall, looking to be 6'3", 6'4", long, lanky individual. By the outline, you would guess that this is possibly an Asterian, just by the length and proportion of limbs, but a short Asterian, as they're normally not this height. But still hovering over the ground, as the individual is now within 15 feet of you.
What's going on?
Are these individuals surrounding your friend or foe, Kubris?
Hey, we're friends.
We're friends here.
We just saved his life.
New friends.
Can we step inside? This is too public.
Before you do, I have to ask, the individuals you just fought, were they, which Kubris interjects, "Yes, they were Stamets Company. Leave me alone, Richa. I'm not hiring you. I've told you before." With this, the individual pulls back the hood, and you can see that it is an Asterian. Their features very long. Their irises appear to be a pure blue that matches the cloak to an extent that lends you wondering if there is some sort of magic about by the fact that it looks like their eyes are just completely fully.
Ashvin's going to take a step forward and stand tall. And how many feet away
10
are they?
feet.
10 feet. They're just going to take a big, deep breath in.
So as you take in a deep breath, you're immediately assaulted with a cacophony of sweetness that is difficult to even make your way through. You smell freshly baked cookies. You smell the richest pot of tea you can imagine. You smell burnt tobacco, which feels like it's filling your nostrils with an intensity to where you almost start to gag and wheeze. There's this flavor of lemongrass that sticks to your tongue to the point that you almost can't get it off. And also, there at the very end of it is this whiff like you just stepped out of a library. And as the moment hits you, you can see the individual in front of you as you take the breath in, looks at you, their pale blue eyes meeting yours, and just gives you the slightest wink. Richa of Azure Company, as they extend their hand forward.
Ashvin shakes it off as if this wasn't the most assaulting, strong version of this ability that they've ever encountered before. And Ashvin.
Pleasure. As they shake your hand, your fur on your right hand sticks full out on your arm. You feel this pure, incandescent magic dripping off of this individual in front of you. So I'm guessing you're the new hires of Kubris? We've been attempting to poach him as a client for, going on 6 months now. I'm right here, Richa.
Why haven't you got the job yet? It's
Well-
a long time for an application.
Where were you 5 minutes ago?
Exactly.
I was just enjoying my breakfast when all of a sudden I heard the strangest of cacophonous booms. And we came running.
Yeah,
That would be him.
that would be me.
He
Well-
did away with the bad guys.
All a matter of perspective sometimes.
Yeah.
But as the individual now leans around to look at the smoldering hulks of armor, their body tilting slightly as they are suspended in the air. Well, it was quick work, whatever it was. Well done.
Thank you. I didn't really take any pleasure in doing it, but the sentiment is appreciated.
Hey, with what they said to me, ooh, I'm glad. Bye-bye.
That's true.
They
did
were
say-
going to eat
yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Oh, what a horror.
I know, I look delicious, but come on. Hey!
The thing about work is
No,
that
you said me. Yeah,
it's never quite done, and I don't think that it's done.
I agree.
They
Yeah.
point up to the window.
We should get out of here.
Yeah.
As Kubris begins to usher the four of you into Middle Hall, he turns, "The last time, Richa, I'm not interested." And then steps in across the threshold, ushering all four of you in.
Bye.
As the door begins to clatter
sweetie.
behind you, you hear Richa's voice calling out, "That's fine, Kubris, but for the new hires you have, I should warn you. I believe you just killed the ones who held the job before you." And with that, he begins floating back down the alleyway with the cloaked individual with them.
As we're walking in, I grab one of the armor.
You can grab both of them if you want.
Okay, I want
Yeah.
to grab both.
Yeah,
Let's
all
grab-
right.
Let's
I
bring this
need armor.
inside.
All right. So currently you have 2 pieces of half plate. They're
Toasted armor.
filthy. They need to be cleaned.
All right, then.
That's why
These
I'm
are
here.
stinky. But I'll do.
I can fix that.
And as you step into now Middle Hall, Kubris turns. "All right, so listen. Did you kill Lefty?
Who's Lefty?
Lefty? Who's Lefty? The one who was holding me over the banister.
Oh. No.
No?
They must still be inside.
Oh, we have to go. Oh, I thought you killed Lefty. Oh, we have to go. We have to go right now.
What kind of magic is Lefty?
Yeah.
What kind of magic
What
is...
kind of person is Lefty?
Lefty's a killer.
Oh, great.
I didn't like the feeling that they gave me.
Oh.
Why are they trying to kill you?
Oh, they wanted more money. They wanted all of it. They wanted all... I can tell you later. We have to leave here right now.
Okay.
Do you have
Right,
friends?
Sure.
A place
That's
we
not
can
convincing.
Stay. Yeah.
I know a place. Let's go. And with that, they move towards a back bookshelf, which is in this... You've stepped into... it's an office that... Getting a look around, you get the feeling instantly that this is a private residence most of the time. This probably was a town hall common entryway, but at this point, there's been a desk placed in the center of the room that's covered in papers, covered in loads of maps and dusty charters. Some of them look like they've been piled on top of each other and from different locations, such that there's this incompatible nature to several of the documents where it looks like they've come from multiple sources. It sticks out to all of you whenever you see them. They don't fit together.
Does there seem to be like a central map, or
It's just a pile of charts. But currently Kubris is not paying attention. But as Kubris is moving to the back of the room, there's a large bookshelf that's full of small porcelain cats. And as he begins lifting it, a couple of them begin shifting in place before he quickly pushes them back up into position. Oh, whoops. As he begins, "Can someone help me with this, please?"
Yeah. Hecate will go over.
All right, as you head over there, the two of you begin lifting up under his directions, lifting up the bookshelf. And moving it forward, you find that it begins to slide free, revealing a small wooden door that is pressed against the back wall.
Oh, that's handy.
This used to be here whenever we wanted to kip out for lunch, but, well, let's just use it now. And giving a quick tug on the handle as it pulls free, the space behind it is a heap of garbage. It looks like the backside of some kind of dung heap that's been pushed against the back of the building. And as he begins to push forward, spiders falling down, bugs all beginning to land against the floor, skittering out of the way. Finally, there's enough of a large gap where, peeking his head through, he ushers the four of you into the street. And following him now, you're
Grotesque.
looking up above. It's probably only 7 o'clock in the morning, 7:15. It hasn't been long since you had breakfast, but begins to lead you down several small alleyways, ducking into small alcoves. There's people that are there. Some are walking on their way to work. Some give a small wave to Kubris, who's attempting to put on an air of of confidence. But as finally you find yourselves coming back around nearest the entrance to the town square. Looking across after a 10-minute walk through some of the lean-to buildings, you can now see to your left is Cod Boilers. To your right is the large notice board, and just beyond you can see the alley leading into Middle Hall. There's a sizable crowd that's formed now that are peering towards the door. It looks like the sound of the lightning bolt actually attracted half the neighborhood that wasn't currently working. And now people appear to be looking into the alleyway for whatever the commotion was.
So which way?
Just this way. Don't say anything yet.
All right,
And
then.
coming around the back of one building that you had not gone into before, there's a small door that appears to lead into the back of a kitchen area. And giving it a slight tug and stepping into it, you find yourselves in the back entrance loading area of, given the nature of the number of bottles along the wall and the large kegs, which are sweating an aromatic ale, you're in the back of a bar. There are jars of pickles and there's meats that are been salted that are being chopped up by a cook who is startled by the appearance of Kubris and the rest of you stepping into it before he sees Kubris and gives a small wave and then darts back around the corner. A few moments later, another older human male steps around, a balding pate with an apron that looks to be covered in a mixture of the gray dust of the outside of the streets and a slight red, likely of either berries or the blood from the salted meats, before wiping it quickly. What's the matter, Kubris? Before giving a quick recap as Kubris describes the events of the last 20 minutes in great accuracy, as all of you were there. The individual leads you around the corner to a small section of bar. And there's a small table, which it's not a private room, it's just a tucked away alcove. And then heads back around to where several miners are still drinking before going to their morning shifts. But as it is, you're seated at a table. And as you sit down, a few moments later, the human male walks back into the room with large glasses of ale, setting them back on the table, and then disappears back around the corner.
This is a great way
As
to hide
Kubris,
out.
thank you, Husky, and then sitting down.
Are they big as a boot?
They are not. They're normal sized.
All right.
But
Kind of small.
as you
yeah.
tuck into them, they're nicer ales than you would had at Cod Boilers. These are, by taste, if I could everyone make a perception check.
Oh,
Kubris, can we call you that?
You can.
Not Mr. Kubris?
Well, I'd prefer Lord Gelaton, but
A 6.
6?
Perception check. Jeez. I'm not getting
21.
anything off that L.
21. It's Ale. 21.
The lowest I've ever rolled, 13.
13.
10 plus 3, 13.
13. It's enough for the three of you as you begin to drink it. First quickly, as you're thirsty after the battle, but then more slowly as you realize you are drinking the delectable brew known as Ergeron Ale.
This is Ergeron ale, isn't it?
Well, I figured we'd do something a little fancy, considering you just saved me from splatting into the mud. Only partly, though, I have to say.
Well, of course.
Only partly. I do appreciate you saving me, but lifting me over the rail and then descending 40 feet into the mud was a little shocking for my composition.
It was kind of fun, right?
No, it was not fun.
Well,
I feel like
I mean, it looked really.
I swallowed the mud. I fully swallowed the
Hey,
mud.
but she's alive. Ooh,
But I am
look
alive.
at
I am
that.
grateful. I am grateful.
It was the fastest way.
No, it was. Unless I tried to just fly.
Hey, do you know Mattis Muswell?
Well, no.
Is that what you get this ale?
Muswell
Hill.
Muswell Hill. Right. I don't know. Mattis Muswell.
My dream is to have a town like that. Maybe I'll have ale like this. Guys, I gotta go shopping.
With
I'm
what
not
money?
tasting anything.
I gotta go to Wizzigans.
It's good.
I think I'm not. Hold on, I'm thinking I go take a little beatings, a couple of beatings, and I'm losing my taste. I need to drink more.
Ashvin is trying to slow down just a little.
Have as much as you'd like. Would you like more?
I'd like a lot
It's
more.
the least I can do. Husky, please, more.
So you want to be called Lord Gelaton?
I would prefer
Okay,
my
Lord.
actual affectation.
Lord, listen, Lord. What do you want from
It's
us?
Lord Gelaton.
Lord
It's a
G.
full package or nothing.
Lord Gelaton.
Right.
What do you want from us? And why aren't you hiring the Azure Company? They look like they're capable.
We saw your advertisement.
Yeah.
Well, thank goodness someone saw it. So, the reason I haven't hired Azure Company is, first of all, their prices are very high, but
I was
also
thinking.
they view any contract with the head of a city or an organization or a place as befitting a permanent endowment, a percentage of all future economic proceeds.
Right.
Should we come up with something like that?
Well, if you do, I will not be hiring you.
Right, but for future, maybe. It's a good idea.
No, yeah,
Sorry, my
Then
business
we need money.
mind.
I understand it. But
My business
I
mind.
have money,
What a treat.
Oh, good.
and I have a job to do. I would just ask that you not, in the middle of it, come up with your own plans, backstab me, frisk me down for more goods, and then when I don't give you the coin, drag me over a balcony.
I promise. And I spit on the ground.
Is that a thing?
I just made it up.
All right. I say a promise, and I spit
This is a
too.
nice floor. I'm not gonna.
Well, if we're doing this fine, and he takes a swig of ale and just spits it all over the
That's a
ground.
lot of wasted ale
Oh,
for a promise.
I get a spit. Everyone else spit.
As Husky rounds the corner, as he brings the ales over, so here's the ale. Who has been spitting on the ground?
Them, not
All of
me.
us.
It's part of the contract.
He doesn't want to make a promise.
One more spit, and I'll have a contract for you.
Oh, you
Come
will?
on.
Like
Do you
you
have
need to hire someone?
Do you have a towel? I gave mine away.
Contract a threat.
And he heads back around to the bar. Moments later, he comes back with the towel.
I'll
Sets
take it
it
from
on the
him,
table. Right.
and I make sure he sees that I'm wiping it up.
He does.
That was
See-
a euphemism. I get it.
Puts back around the corner. So, the individuals who tried to kill me, they're part of a crew. Stameth's mercenary company.
How do you spell that?
Stammith. Stameth. He is a capable fighter, but also a brute. Not an idiot, though he would like everyone to think he is. I made the mistake of hiring him whenever the first company that I hired went missing.
They went missing. What is this?
Yeah, what does that mean?
What is it? What is it? What exactly are we doing here?
Restavon, as you may not be aware, used to be a small town. I don't recognize any of you, so I'm supposing you're new, like everyone else here.
Oh, that's what you said.
That's what I said, yeah.
Very
You did
astute.
say that.
Very astute. Thanks for listening to me.
Restavon used to be quiet, and it was
alright.
lovely in its own way. And I grew up here, as did my forebears and their forebears, and I viewed my title as mayor as something of a wonderful gift and a blessing. How often is it that you find a place where you enjoy living, even if it is small? Until a ship at anchor, one of the smaller fishing vessels, known as the High Pageantry, which is a bit of a overextension. When pulling up anchor, by best account, dislodged a stone, which caused a sinkhole to form. The tremendous force of the vortex and the whirlpool pulled in every ship that was in the harbor, including high pageantry, into the depths. No one was ever seen again that was out in the water that day. But after a couple weeks of the rushing water and the cracking earth and the swelling up of more and more land, the sea abated. And suddenly there was this open cavity leading into the potential riches of the earth. At a cost of 30 fisher people that day who were out in the water.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
And that really set the tone for the next several years. It's been 5 years since that happened. And in that amount of time, the rest of Ireland's changed.
Sure has.
You mentioned what it was like before. Now it sounds like a bit of a, let's just say a step up or down, depending on how you see it.
Definitely down. So you look a little longer in your beard than
That's
most
right.
fan I meet. Well,
Yes.
How long ago were you here?
Well, I mean, a couple of, probably over 50 years, I would suspect.
Oh,
I'm,
I would have been a small boy.
yeah,
But
I've always been small.
well, back then, we had a council who ran the village. It was 6 alders who, along with the mayor, would actually run the affairs of the town, make sure that fishing permits were in, that houses were on solid foundation, that no one was running around burning buildings down in a drunken stupor, as things happened in fishing villages. But as we were now reeling from the changes happening in the rest of Ireland, the amount of money and the amount of people and different cities that came in and companies to stake their claim, demand what they said was theirs, just overran whatever we had. In that amount of time, the alders have stepped back from their positions.
Oh, no.
Because we haven't actually had an election, because we really can't have one. I mean, who even lives here? We haven't elected a new mayor, and I was supposed to have had an election 3 years ago, so...
Oh, we need someone to organize this town.
Yeah.
You're good at organizing, Ashvin.
Oh, I mean, those that I worked with, they were good at that part, but I did more of the tossing out the trash.
Oh, she
Is that
cleans
meta-
A
up.
lot of that here.
Is that, you're speaking metaphorically, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Yeah, metaphor.
Do you have experience with the restructuring of, say, a civic council?
As you say that, I kick Iwin under the table. You got experience.
I got it.
But I tried to do it subtly.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Oh, man. 13?
13. He doesn't seem to notice.
Okay. You know about town.
I'm a better enforcer than a organizer.
Oh, right. Well, I've had this plan for the last 3 years that if I could somehow acquire the stakes that the alders had, I could consolidate to myself a majority. If I had a majority, I would technically represent the town. I could appeal to our neighbors to help fix this problem.
I don't know much about governments and fancy councilman kind of stuff.
Me neither.
But what's a steak? Like this kind of food you eat?
Oh.
The alders have steaks and you gotta go get them?
No. So the alders are the alders go back to the original inhabitants of the town. They're not. It's not a voted position. It's those who, in some cases, it's property or it's a permit. It's just sold from one to the next.
So they have portions of it that they're theirs.
Correct. There's one who was in charge of the ports. Clearly, that's not a job anymore because we don't have a port. But there was Emer. Emer had a large wheat fields that were just on the backside of the city, and there's now a heap where the muck is dragged. But
Yeah.
the idea is if I could somehow claim these stakes by proving that I was representative of them, I could actually do something.
And you really think the people out here are going to honor all that stakes?
Absolutely not. No.
Oh,
But in order to have standing with our neighbors, I want to do it correctly. There's not much I have left here.
And this is why I stick to the road. Too
I
complicated.
don't want to be rude, but it seems like a fool's errand.
Well, the only thing left to do is to move. And I can't move. I'm the mayor. My family
There's
goes
other
back
places you
hundreds
could
of
go.
years.
what if you fake your death? Somebody else comes in. You get to go retire to a nice town. Boom. Done. You should move to Muswell Hill. It's great.
I appreciate your advice, but I want to do this. It's right for me to do this.
Well, so where did we come in?
After
About to ask.
Ashvin had answered that last question, they had thrown the towel on the ground and started to do the thing where you step on the towel and you just try and like scrub the floor, and they're just trying to do that across the room because they have nothing to contribute to this conversation.
As you're just doing the little
Just trying to clean.
like husky steps back around from the other side and looking down at the now cleaned up puddle, looks up at you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Can I grab that?
Yes, of course.
Pick it up. Oh, this is filthy.
Not anymore.
Is it
Prestidigitation.
As he cleans in his hand, you see him look at it for a moment and look over at you. Do you charge for this?
Maybe.
You should charge for this. You can make a killing in this town.
Makes sense. I think
Very
I
cool,
could, actually.
Greta.
It's a good idea.
We haven't had a hedge wizard in a while. You make a ton of money.
Really?
I can do something like that too. Would you ever need a hand? And then they cast Mage Hand, and a hand lifts the rag up and just like dangles it. Like
As he steps back for a moment, not necessarily, but I appreciate it.
Well, if you do, let me know.
As he goes to tug it, do you release it?
Yeah, I release it.
As he pulls it.
Sorry to spook you.
Thank you. But yeah, you should, tell you what, if you want to set up shop outside, I could get you an awning. We could do a little split skis on this.
How long is we gonna be in town?
Well, enough to get money. Deal.
All right. After our meeting, Husky. This Husky heads back around.
Are we allowed to do business with Husky and you? Is this a conflict of interest? Interesting
Oh,
thing?
Husky has no interest in what I'm doing, but he is an old friend.
So speaking of, what are you doing and what's we doing?
Here's what I need you to do.
All right.
Ema's wheat field, the large farm that's on the northern side of the city. Now it's just called Ema's Heap because it's used as a place for the muck haulers to drag up the silt and the spoils from the earth below. It comes up in vast quantities every day. It's drugged through the city and it's dumped somewhere. It's poisoned the land to the point where nothing's going to grow. But Ema continues to collect a profit. However, by my scouring of the actual charter, Ema is required to grow wheat on the field. It's part of being an alder, controlling the wheat property.
Oh.
However, I don't think that's enough, because Ema could just make the excuse that it is not his fault, that the dust rains down anyway. So here's what I need you to do. Go out to Ema's wheat field and just look for something out of place. Anything. I don't care what it is. It just needs to be something that doesn't belong in a wheat field and isn't dirt, muck, or ore.
So not up to code.
Correct.
What would be an example? Like a shoe on the side of the road?
No, not a shoe.
Okay, well then give me an example.
An example would be perhaps there's someone there running a smelting operation. That would be a business on a wheat field. That's not allowed. I need you to be bureaucratic inspectors.
Oh.
I have no experience at all with being bureaucratic. I will be very transparent with you right now.
Well, I will pay you handsomely to pretend that you are and get results.
Have a deal.
I have a question for you. The guys that we got rid of earlier,
Right.
this was their job as well?
Technically, yes.
Why didn't they do it?
Well, supposedly they did.
Supposedly.
Are they in cahoots?
I'll be frank with you.
Oh my gosh, there's more. Tell us everything, Lord G.
Gelaton, but I
Gelaton.
appreciate it. They weren't the first mercenary company I've sent to do this.
How many have you sent?
You would be the third.
And they just disappear?
Oh, no, the first company did. I hired the Jakiri kin to go out and find anything, same as you. It was a week back, and they never came back. So I began putting out a word to anyone who may have been around the heaps. I didn't go myself because I'm not exactly sure that someone's not going to hurt me if I leave the city. The position of mayor is a little tempestuous given the amount of competing companies here, but
What's the Jakuri kin known for?
Jakiri kin, it's just the name.
Yeah, but like, why'd you hire them instead of somebody else?
Well, they responded to my posting for integrous individuals.
Oh no, this is not good.
Yeah, this is worse than I thought. We need a name.
Oh, well, we need a name, but we don't want to. All of a sudden, we form a name and then we all die.
Right?
Oh, better to
But
die
I
with
guess
a name
if we
than none
die
at
with a
all.
name, it's better than no name.
Oh, yeah, we all.
Yeah.
Right.
That's true.
So I hired the Jakiri kin, and they never came back. So Stameth's crew approached me and said that they would respond to the listing. They went out to Emer's heap and then came back. Said they had information, but wanted double the money for it.
So they held it hostage.
When I refused, they demanded the money and then held me over a banister.
And that's 1 week.
How much did you pay them originally?
Well, the original day rate for them was 20 gold a day.
Oh my
person?
goodness.
Oh, sure.
And how long does it take to get out there?
You'd be there in a few hours.
Oh. Great, that's a lot.
Well, we're the third company you're sending.
Correct.
Sounds like there's a great amount of risk.
Yeah, so 20 gold might be a little bit below it.
I also should be entirely clear with you that the two Akratos you killed, neither of them were Stameth.
Oh, so you think that Stameth's around?
That's why it's important we come here.
What was the name of that person on that balcony with you?
Lefty.
So they're part of the group too?
Correct.
I don't know how I feel about this.
I'll do it for the 60.
60.
Yeah, third
60 a
try.
day.
We're the third one's name.
Go, 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 go.
30.
30.
And I'll cover your expenses staying in town.
That seems reasonable.
Yeah, like for a
All
bath.
right, you got a deal.
All right.
If everybody else is into it.
Yeah, that's fine by me.
Is there a quorum?
What now?
We don't
Are
do
you in agreement?
business.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Then we have a quorum. Husky, a quorum.
All
As
right.
Quorum.
the beleaguered bartender returns with small glasses of whiskey, setting it around.
Oh, this is turning
Mage
into...
hand grabs the glass.
it as he jumps back slightly. Still don't like that.
Wow, y'all drink a lot. It's not even 8 in the morning.
As Kubris takes it as a shot. So, where will you be staying?
Vibrant
Staying.
Eye.
Vibrant High.
Vibrant
mentioned.
High.
Waited to agree to the covering of expenses.
And baths.
Right.
A
There's
quorum
been a
indeed.
precedent set.
But a deal is a deal. Can I just ask if you do eat that you eat here?
Yeah.
I'm fine with
What
that.
do they have?
Salted meats and pickles?
All right, I just want
Oh,
to go
that's-
to hell.
It's the good stuff, yeah.
And
that's
I'll
fine
cover
by me.
I'll cover your expenses for drinks here as well.
Done.
So-
Bottomless tab.
This is better than what I'm used to. So
It's probably not safe for me to return to Middle Hall, so I'm gonna slip between the cracks of the city a bit. So I
yeah.
will say see you back at the Vibrant Eye in 2 evenings from now.
2 evenings from now.
What if we need to find you in between then?
Tell you what, I'll send word to Fiari. He's the keeper of the baths in the inn.
Lovely man.
Oh, Fiari,
Well, he's-
yeah.
Dependable.
That's a word.
A little obsessed with pens.
Is he?
What?
A little obsessed with pens.
Yeah, he loves pens.
He's not that bad a guy. I don't know.
I'm not saying it does mean you can be a good guy and still be like obsessed with pens.
So, do we get some now and some later?
Well, he begins reaching into his pockets.
I feel so bad for this man.
You see him. You see him begin to turn out on the table a load of a keychain full of keys as he's currently digging through for a coin purse.
Now it's sad.
Found it. Setting it on the table with a soft clink. He begins distributing amongst you. He has 38 gold total on him. So I'm slightly short 10 each. But you will be paid in 2 days' time. I will pay you in full.
Keep mine for now. Use it for yourself.
Okay.
I trust you.
And he takes back 10 gold.
Do you have something for us to take with to the Vibrant Eye? To let them know that you'll be covering the tab.
Tell Fiari that you met me and that I'm covering the bill. Tell him that I'm giving the same generosity I once gave his cousins.
Okay. Cousins.
He will know that you do know me.
That's the key word.
Cousin, yeah, cousin. Ooh.
Yes, to Fiari's cousins.
Oh, I know that code word, cousin.
Why are
Meaning,
you saying cousins like that?
Oh, 'cause we got an understanding, yeah.
we do. I once paid for quite expensive boots from Fiari's mother's sister's daughter.
Yeah, see? I know about that.
Right.
When you talk
Cousins.
about the cousins.
Right. I'm feeling like there's a slight disconnect between
Real quick,
what I'm. Yes.
I got a question for you.
Sure.
What was that thing that Richa was holding?
He had a lot of things going on.
Yeah, Richa.
Richa. Well, Richa wasn't the one with.
What was the
knife.
other one holding? What was that thing in the hand?
That's Calax,
What's that?
the person. That is a. Well, I've only seen it used once. It's pretty terrifying. He refers to it as a spellbreaker.
Oh.
I'm sorry, a what?
A spellbreaker. It's a loose definition for what it actually is.
Okay,
Was
well,
it-
what is it
What does
actually?
it do?
Well, when Aja Company first arrived, the town was in a bit more of a catastrophe than it is now. Besides the embezzlement they have insisted upon me, they're actually quite good at order, considering that, well, they're so much more powerful than anyone they encounter. Calax got into a tussle with another mercenary company that believed themselves to be at the top of the proverbial food chain here in Restavan. One of them had a spell-endowed individual who I believe tried to cast something or other that would have made fire or something or other come out of the sky or the ground or something or other. It's not really my forte. However, as the individual raised their hand in enchantment, Calax released the blade, which spun through the air and then cleanly removed the spellcaster's hand. Which was a very disconcerting way to interrupt a magical spell, I imagine, but it was quite effective. And ever since then, no one's really messed with him.
Yeah, Hecate has both of his hands on the table and kind of puts his hand over his other hand. Right. That's terrifying.
That's why you are my friends and not my foe when they ask. It's very important to get that distinction right.
And the way that
Yeah.
they were just twirling it around in daylight.
Well, it's kind of always moving. From my understanding, Calax keeps it from going until he needs to release it. So
Oh,
it's always moving.
wow, that's a ooh. I don't want to come into the likes of that.
Iwin just takes his whiskey and shoots it back.
So I guess we sees you in a couple days.
Right, 2 nights from now, so that's tomorrow evening, I will come by the Vibrant Eye.
Okay.
I'll meet you in the baths downstairs.
And you said the field is to the north?
It's to the north.
And you're sure you'll be safe?
Oh, I'll survive. I've survived this long. Plus, if I have to, I'll just give over half the city's currency to Azure Company. Who knows?
And maybe find a place that is just one level.
Or underground.
Yes. You could also put us in your will if you wanted.
No, but I do appreciate this thrilling conversation. And finishing the ale, stands up. With that,
Not leaving on a
it's been a pleasure. Again, thank you for almost throwing me to my death and saving my life.
Yes.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you for employing the likes of me.
You're very welcome.
I'm good at things. Just you wait. Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you for all the ale I'm about to consume.
This has been possibly a mistake. And standing up, begins to walk towards the front door before, no, not that way. I'm leaving, Husky! And then steps back out through the door from whence he came.
Best decision ever!
As the door shuts.
Why do we keep meeting only old people? They're all odd.
Who else was old?
Everybody. Everybody's just a little out off.
Oh, you said odd. I thought you said old. And I
No,
was
not
like,
old. I'm the old one. They're all old.
okay, we gotta get like some real serious business done. I gotta go to Wizzigans. I gotta do some shopping. But we need to come up with a name, like you said. We need to legitimize ourselves.
Yeah.
So we're a brand, you know, like the Azure Company. They wear blue. Their name's Azure Company. They're scary.
Right.
They're cool.
Maybe we should just focus on the job.
Well, but I'm a businesswoman just trying to come up with a good name so we sound desirable for other jobs. What are you guys thinking? What could we be called?
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't already thinking about it.
Well, tell me. What you got?
Two of them. Don't laugh at them. Like
Okay.
I got remember that bell that was ringing a while back?
Oh,
this
yeah,
morning?
like 2 hours ago? Yeah,
No.
woke me up.
But it got me thinking. Maybe the pelling toll.
Here, one bill, and look at him. He's come up with a name.
Yeah, what'd you say about pelling?
Pelling is just repeating.
Maybe like we repeat jobs. We're so good, you want to hire us again.
You said you had two?
Yeah, other one was Torchlight Cooperative, but that's kind of just me. His torch.
I like the word cooperative.
Cooperative. I was thinking about, I kind of feel like we do a job and then we kind of like, get to squeeze out a little more from people. Even like that little thing with the pen. Like,
Right.
hey, here's a pen. What you gonna give it to us, So I was thinking something about the word caveat. Like Caveats Incorporated.
I like it. It sounds great. That might not be the most desirable thing.
Why not?
Being
People will
incorporated?
know.
No, having a caveat.
Caveat. What do you explain?
People will know when they hire us that there were caveats there. I guess you're right.
Yeah, that might
That's
not
not
be
a good
something.
one. You're
Good
right.
idea.
Oh, they
Yeah.
might think we're hiding something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a caveat is,
That's
we
a
have
good-
this, but.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Everybody
right?
has a caveat.
It's not good for
Yeah,
business.
but we don't have to announce it.
Yeah, we'll be the first person to announce it. That makes us unique,
Ooh,
That's true.
Rather than hide it like everybody else.
what about going out for your background and we're called the council people?
I really don't like you keep bringing up that I used to be a councilman. I'm done with it. I don't want to be stuck in this town, especially being a councilman. He just drinks his beer back all the way. He's just kind of angry about it.
Okay.
That's why they changed their last names, is that they want to move forward. I think. She's kind of
I'm
trying
sorry.
to say this
I'm
quietly.
I'm so sorry that I'm getting riled up, but Ashvin really articulated it really quite well. That's behind me.
So now that you've got a job, what's your new last name?
For hire.
Well, we have a job now.
Well, we got a job.
Not all, I guess. Mercenary. What
Got a
do you
nice
say
ring
we're
to it,
doing
I
now? We're going to get information. There's like a gatherer of info.
Yeah, gatherer of info.
Iwin Spy.
Ooh.
Sounds pretty good.
Even shadier.
All right, everybody, slow down there. Can we get it first? Can we get another drink in here?
Husky pops around the corner. Already?
It's not. Yes, please, 2 for me.
He's
Two
having,
for
he's
him,
having
I
a rough
think.
morning.
Top it off.
Every moment I don't change my last name, everything I'm doing. It's what I am. I'm a mercenary. I'm looking for a job, so I'm for hire. Once this job's done, I'm open for a new one. That's why my last name's for hire, okay? It's not like Iwin wakes up, Iwin goes to bed. Alright? Where's that ale?
Husky comes around the corner. Hold on a second.
Alright,
I was preparing it.
I'm sorry.
We really appreciate
I've
your
never-
service very much.
Do you?
Yes.
As he sets the ales down on the table in front of you. 2 for you and 2 for you.
Hecate will pull out a gold.
He sets down an ale for you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
What?
And he pockets it.
I can't have too
I've,
much.
That
I've
one's
never
for all
seen
of
you
us.
so riled up, Iwin.
I'm sorry.
You alright?
I'm doing fine.
Okay.
A few moments later, Husky
just-
comes back around the corner and puts a small plate of smoked sausages in front of you. For the
Thank
gold.
you.
Pops right around at the bar.
Anybody want some? Kind of puts it in the middle of this.
I'll eat a sausage while I tell you.
There's 4. Yeah.
I'm just worried about being stuck here as well.
Yeah.
This
so
place is like a big drop.
It is.
I started to like it, and then
Smells like one.
I
Yes.
spent more time here. Reminds me of why I usually don't stay in one place too long.
Right.
What was the longest you stayed in one place?
A few months.
Somebody help me with a name.
I mean, you guys got anything?
This isn't my strong suit. I don't know. We guard people, so we have we're body, but the different one,
Body.
the body with the W. So
Body?
we're bodyguards. It was a joke.
I'm so sorry. I didn't get it.
I didn't get it. I
Bodyguards, but we're sort of weird. Body.
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 I still don't get it. This is not hitting me.
Vocabulary.
Doesn't it want to be something meaningful? Something that,
Grand.
brought us together? I don't know, like honey cakes. The honey cake crew. I don't know. That's it. That's it for me.
I like the sentiment of it all. You
It's
know?
kind of nice.
It is very nice.
We
It just
like-
sounds a little soft.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say it sounds pretty soft.
We
and-
like the word cooperative. So maybe caveat cooperative. No, nobody likes that.
I like that. I was thinking the same thing. I'm just going to say it right now. I was thinking caveat cooperative. Why don't you just
Caveat
put it out there?
cooperative.
Yeah, it's almost like a
Caveat co.
ox.
Caveat co. That's
Caveat.
little easier off the mouth. You know.
Caveat co.
Cavco.
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 Have go.
Yeah.
Well, now
Cavco.
we're losing the meaning.
Well, maybe that's the thing. Is like,
Nobody
it's a little hidden.
knows.
It's a little hidden. Isn't it?
Nobody needs to know what it means, really. Just Cavco is coming to town, ready to kill your bad guys.
That sounds like a
I
circus.
don't know if that should be the phrase right under Cavco. You know,
should
we're
be
coming
our
to kill
slogan.
people.
Okay, we won't do that.
Hey,
slogan.
what a Greta.
Okay, Cavco, ready to solve your mysteries with Iwin Spy.
I just don't know if we should be so particular about what we're selling. Like, are we only selling mysteries?
No. Okay, we have no tagline. What about just Cavco?
Cavco. All right.
Caveat co.
You want You want the full
I
name?
think
Caveat.
so.
Caveat co.
It's kind of quick.
If we're going to put it out there, we might as well put it out there.
Wait,
Honestly.
you need armor.
I got that armor I brought from those ugly beasts.
That's what the
that you-
smell was.
Is
That's right. You want to clean it?
Yeah, he'll clean up the armor with prestidigitation.
As you begin to cast prestidigitation, it's just flinging off bits of charred flesh and muscle that has caked the inside. Just it's a cloud of dust that is. There's a grim pall settles over the table as essentially this bits of flesh is being flushed out.
Hey, Husky!
Pops back around the corner. Yeah.
Hey, would you hire a company named Caveat Co?
What do you do?
We hurt bad guys for you.
I don't want to hurt anybody.
Okay, we
Right.
solve your problems.
You solve my problems.
Yeah.
I can have a problem right now. What's a problem you got?
I have issues with my ale distributorships from Muswell Hill.
What?
Takes too long.
Oh, we'll go talk to them for you.
You do that for me.
That's what you had hired us to
Well,
do.
this is hypothetical.
For now, I mean,
Sounds boring.
That sounds boring. What if you have to break them to make sure they get on top of his distribution?
I'm more interested.
There you go.
So wait, are you saying you're gonna fix this problem, or
This is hypothetical right now. We
Yes.
still have to talk about price and all
We're
that.
we're shooting the cess
mercenaries.
for now.
Do I'll be right back. And he heads back to the bar.
He didn't answer the question.
He didn't, but he seemed a little intrigued, you know.
Yeah, he did. He already thought of a job for us. That means we're lowering in customers. Speaking of, you gonna set up shop outside?
Yep.
Right?
The mage hand comes out and starts drinking with the mage hand.
You really like
Thing,
that,
but I
don't
really
you?
like it.
You could use your two
I know it's not
hands.
like yours, but it's what I can do.
That is such a cool image of like Ashvin leaning on a table while a spectral hand takes
That's
the glass
so
up to their
cool.
lips. Because they just don't even like, it could be like mid pose, just
I
You
feel
just
like
lean back like this, and then
Yeah.
yeah.
I was seeing
So
I
cool.
was seeing them knitting actually.
Oh, that's so great.
So you could have both your
Ashvin,
hands.
What?
can I ask you to do maybe a strange thing for me? Can you use that hand and pick up my point and put it in my mouth?
Yeah.
What's this?
Floating hand floats over, picks up the pint, and sort of tries to eyeball where your mouth is, but it's a little hard when I'm sitting next to you
it's just
to
ale.
know where.
Just keep it still and I'll guide my mouth.
I'm trying.
All right, you're doing a great job.
Okay.
All right.
Just stay still.
No.
As the ale begins to pour into your mouth and fill it, and then sort of around your beard.
Oh, too much.
That's all right. Ah,
There's a threshold at cross where you were kind of fine with the mess for the experience of what was happening.
all right. Thank you for that. That was an experience.
Okay, Greta gets up from the table.
Would you pay for that?
Yeah, I think I would.
How much would you pay for it?
Like a silver.
That's
I'm not
it.
going to pay them much for it, I'm sorry.
Okay, guys,
I tell more
listen.
for the ale.
Yeah.
Caveat Co. I gotta go because I gotta go to the bank and I got a list.
Are we all okay with Caveat Co?
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
like it.
I like it. There's a part of me
You
would
don't
want-
say that into it.
Well,
A little-
He doesn't seem
I
like
have
into
a-
much.
I
No,
have
I
a
know, we can see that
specific
again.
brand.
What?
Well, now you're part of a bigger brand.
Do you not like
Yeah.
having a caveat? What is
Well,
it?
we all have caveats, but I.
Oh, yeah, we do.
You know what? No, let's go with Caveat
Well,
Co.
yeah, I
We're
got
fine.
some caveats.
Okay,
You
we're
know
okay.
me.
Me too.
Are you sure?
Yeah. If we find something better, we can just rebrand. You know.
We can rebrand. Do you want to be called Spooky and Co?
Now
That's
you're
his
getting it.
brand.
That is my brand.
What if we each have our different brand? And then, no, that's
That's
not.
That's
way
too
too
much.
complicated. Let's just go with Caveat Co for now. The majority rules.
All right.
Does it spell with a K or a C? Or a hard CH? Or a double
Let's-
C?
This code, though, is what?
I'm on my way out. I'm gonna
Me choose guys in 1 hour.
You're going
Alright.
by yourself.
Yeah, I can handle myself.
You sure?
Oh yeah.
All right, you go
We
alone.
killed those scary, mean, crowd toast.
Yeah!
Yeah,
All right, I thought I was the one on the L. I'm gonna find a blacksmith. Sure
Greta's
this fits.
leaving alone. Hecate's gonna get up and make sure Greta is okay on her trip.
on the way out. I want to talk to Husky on the way out real quick.
All right.
Husky.
Is he leans over the counter? Yep.
Never answered me. You like the name Caveat Co?
Caveat Cooperative is a beautiful name.
Whoa, you said the whole thing. Okay. Thank you so much. Bye
Said
bye.
with such conviction.
And he
I'll
just
be back for
continues
lunch.
cleaning a glass.
I'll be back for pickles.
As long as it's on Kubers's bill, I'm fine as much as you want to eat.
Bye bye.
So as you step out into the streets, there's now the crowd that had formed at Middle Hall is now fully dispersed.
Okay.
You can see a few individuals that are leaning against the job posting board and appear to be posting up another sign. In a lot of ways, the impression you get of seeing these individuals that are all armed and all wearing tabards that have the broken skull with golden teeth for Grin and Barrett. As they're currently hanging up another sign that has the that has the, Grin and Bear It can protect it. That's currently being hammered on top of a Merchants Council of Niles sign, blocking out entirely. You just getting a kind of vibe off of them, make an insight check.
I like Grin and Bear It so much.
No, don't know nothing.
That's so
9.
9, they are in a lot of ways presenting themselves to the crowds that may be walking through. They're not explicitly advertising or barking or trying to get people's attention vocally,
Okay.
but there's a certain air of pageantry to them
Yeah.
that appears that there's a little more of a strut of these 5 or so individuals
Okay.
that are walking through. All of them are very heavily armed. 2 of them
All
have
right.
spears. One of them has a very complicated looking crossbow,
Okay.
whereas the other 2 appear to have swords at their waist. The one currently hammering is the one with the crossbow. But as you're now walking through, it's your first glimpse of another mercenary company in public sight,
Right.
besides the one you encountered for their Azure company.
Yeah.
But just across the way, you can see the entrance for Wizzigans.
I'm going in all by myself. No one's following me.
What are
Except
you
Hecate.
doing? How stealthy are you trying to be?
He's
with
not
it?
trying to be stealthy.
Okay, so you're just hanging back a few feet.
Yeah.
All right. So as you're walking across the town square, your feet just
Just walk like that.
squelching in
Oh,
the mud
That's
with
a
this
sound.
with this like sinking as your feet are currently. It's gross as you feel like you're stepping through wedged clay
Yeah.
until you open the door of Wizzigans, and there you can see the distinct banner in a deep royal blue covering the entire back wall of this fully stone building that has 2 tellers' stalls. The inside of it, along the ceiling itself goes up 20 feet. It's a circular domed structure that appears very out of place in town, but at the same time is also out of place because it's just well constructed. There is a lovely red carpet that covers the entirety of this circular space, and both of the 2 teller windows that are inset in this pale stone, which doesn't look too fancy, but it's well constructed, are these brass bars.
Is there a step stool for me?
There is not
So
visible.
where does it come up?
Oh, the counter is a good 2 feet above you.
Okay, so I'll stand back so they can see me, so I'm not all the way up.
As you step onto the carpet through the doors, you find that this slight ruffle happens across your feet,
Ooh.
and your entire set of clothing is cleaned.
Why don't you do this in the Vibrant Eye? I love this place.
I'll be out of business in no time.
You hear from
What's
Hecate,
that
who's now
voice?
standing in the.
Oh, hi. Sorry, I just wanted to come with.
Okay, come on.
You complaining? I could just leave.
I was trying to be an independent gal for the afternoon. I like my alone time.
All right.
No, come on, come
Okay.
on. Have you ever been to a bank?
Nope.
Well, welcome to Wizzigans. They clean off your shoes, I guess.
And take your money.
Yeah, but then they give you money too.
Walking into,
Hello.
as you walk into the space, you can see there's one teller who's currently at the window. Looks to be a very brightly smiling elven individual who is currently looking expectantly at the 2 of you as you walk in. Why don't you come on in?
I can't help but just mirror what this person is doing.
Hello.
Do you have an account?
Yes, I do.
But as you step forward, you find that as you're walking towards the front teller, the ground beneath you begins to rise underfoot to where you are elevated with every step to be at eye level with the beaming elven individual who is in a very neat, deep blue garment that almost looks like a coat that has a slight turtleneck to it that goes all the way up to the neck that is buttons going down both sides that are also a dark blue.
Oh,
And as the elven individual still beaming, and what was your name?
Well, the account's not under my name.
Okay.
I am, okay, let's see here. The account, I'm one of the people on the account. The main name on the account is Frank Arv.
Okay. So all I need you to do is just sign this piece of paper.
Okay.
And she slides across a piece of paper to you.
This is not my first
It's
time
not your
at
first time.
Wizzigans,
You've
yeah.
encountered this before. So all you have to do is sign your name on the piece of paper.
Right.
Signed.
And as you sign the ink pen across, as you hand it to the individual, your writing fades entirely, and the sheet of paper flips up and then disappears in a cloud of smoke.
Okay, so
And with that appears we have confirmation.
Yeah.
What will you be needing for services?
is there a maximum I can pull out of this account?
You could pull out all of it.
How much is in there?
I'll have to check.
Can you check?
And you see them reach into their desk and pull out a large lockbox, which is they begin turning a series of dials and levers on it. You've seen this before, but it's still a deeply complex machine.
Yeah.
Before
Okay,
lifting
you
the
can come look at this, Hecate.
Hecate's just like,
before lifting the lid, looking down. Currently, you have 988 gold at your disposal.
Shh! Don't say that so loud.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're the only ones in here, but
Okay.
you have 988 gold
Go.
at
Listen,
your disposal.
you have what?
I know. I'll explain later. It's not my money. It's Frank. Okay, we'll talk later.
You just said you could take all of it.
No.
Why are you not taking
You
all
could
of it?
take all of it.
No, that's...
Why would you not?
Listen. Okay, I'm gonna take out, I need I need 100.
You like 100 gold?
Yes.
Would you like that in gold pieces or a different denomination?
One denomination.
Can I have 50?
No, he is not authorized.
I'm sorry, you're not on the account.
You don't know my secret code.
There was no secret code.
It
You
was
just
my
signed it.
signature.
And as she
I
begins,
opened my Fathom satchel.
as she
Write it in.
as she begins pulling out 100 gold pieces from the lockbox and puts them into a small deep blue pouch, which has the embroidered logo of the W of Wizzigans on it in silver thread. After putting the gold pieces in, hands you the bag. And also, I have a note here from the account holder to pass over.
Oh
Here you go.
no. Uh-oh.
It's a note.
It's a note.
And
May I just stand here with you and open it?
you may.
Thank you. I'm nervous. I'm scared. Can you open this for me? This might not be good.
Why would it be bad?
Do you get notes a lot? Thank you.
We do. That one has a different sort of banding to it than normal.
Don't read it.
Too late.
Is it bad news?
No.
That's a caveat.
It's a normal. It's a caveat. We work for Caveat and Co. Wait, is it and or
Caveat
just Co?
Cooperative.
Caveat Cooperative.
It's a warning.
Oh no! Oh no!
It's not a warning.
Deception check.
Oh god. Oh god. It's gonna be at 13.
As much as I hate to do this, if this is a warning, I'm going to have to ask the two of you to please exit the building with said note.
We will exit with the note, Miss
Tipper.
Tippy.
Just Tipper.
Tipper. Wait, you work in a bank and your name's Tipper?
Just Tipper.
That's funny. What's your real name?
That is my name. Also, please leave the premises.
Okay. Close the account, please.
I'm sorry, you don't have the authorization to close the account.
I mean, close it so no one else can pull out of it.
No one else is going to pull out of this account.
I'm nervous.
I somehow trust banks less now, actually.
I know. Bye-bye, Tipper. Can you believe her name's Tipper? Oh, my goodness.
It is. Please leave.
Bye-bye. Thanks for your sunny disposition.
As the door shuts behind you, you hear a...
See, this is why I can't.
Yeah, no, I read it.
This is why I can't take out too much. Yeah, this note is from Frank. Which is a code name. Not a code name, whatever. But it says, don't forget who you work for.
Yeah, I read it.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if that was written in Feeney or
No,
not.
don't forget who you work for, loud and clear. That is a threat.
Or a promise. Okay.
So, what would you like to be doing?
I need to.
catch.
I need to head to like a place where there are geodes or gems or crystals.
You're in the town for it.
That's what I'm looking for. And then I also have to buy some other random, potentially apothecary-esque type things.
All right. So as we have you doing this,
Do you want to come?
Sure.
All right, so-
Actually, no. Wait. I can go make money. You'll be all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
I know I'll be okay. I'll be okay.
See ya.
as your
See
feet
you later,
squelch into the mud once more in the town square, you walking back to the pub. As you
Yeah.
walk up to it, as the two of you are now still drinking.
And I've
We'll see about that.
order some food.
Like, but then you had your armor too. So.
Yeah, we gotta get
Yeah.
All right, so as you return back, you can see now the actual name of the pub,
Ooh.
which is, looking at it, you see that it's a small caricature of a ball of light with a very angry-looking frowny face on it that reads The Bitter Wisp. But as you
Is that like a will-o-wisp?
I love
That's
that.
funny.
But as you step up to the front, you can actually see that Husky is now outside and has pulled down an oilcloth awning over the front of it and making a little stage for you. So if you're going to do this,
Thank you. I love the name of your establishment, by the way.
thank you very much. I did not name it. And steps back inside.
Gonna ask who did, but right.
As from your position, you can see that Hecate is now outside currently.
Alright.
He's just kind of sitting there for a few seconds before, like, kind of awkwardly goes over to the stage.
The first couple customers come by and they're just sort of standing in front of you, looking at you. You're gonna sing a song?
How dirty is this person?
Oh, filthy, absolutely filthy.
He'll cast prestidigitation.
As you cast prestidigitation, both of them begin running, almost screaming from you.
No, wait.
As they're running, he's hurting me! As they're running away from you now, to the point where several of the mercenaries at the posting board begin to turn and look in your direction. And you see them look at the two that ran away. And then they go back to leaning on the poster board.
I gotta work on this.
They yell across, "Not 2 of ours!" And they go back to their leaning against the board.
Right.
If I could have you make a performance check.
That is going to be a 24.
24. As you begin to settle yourself now that you've accidentally terrified a few passersby, but did not get attacked by the mercenary company across the road, you begin to draw a bit of a crowd, falling back on a little bit of your raised stagecraft. And from your experience of being in a position of needing to entertain for your meal. And you start to get into a rhythm of cleaning people who are coming by. Either workers who are hauling foodstuffs, who seem very grateful and quick to tip, to muck haulers coming through with massive loads of the acrid slime which being pulled out. But at this rate, you're making approximately 25 gold an hour after your split with Husky.
After your split.
After your split.
Being a
So,
wizard's expensive. This is not a lot of money.
so with this, since Greta is now shopping for errands, what would the two of you like to do?
Like to get something to eat on the way, and then find a blacksmith for this armor. Gonna get it sized for me.
Maybe we can take something to go.
Yeah, let's see. I'm done with my ale.
As you come back around the corner now to where Husky is at the bar, currently looking out at the crowd gathering around Hecate, as this, through the glass, this
Hello.
of dust
He's got a big grin on his face.
they can see your back, but as every
Oh, yeah.
enchantment goes through, you see the crowd of now ever gathering individuals going. Is this little like silent peal happening outside the window?
Looks like Hecate's. Really?
I've got to get in on that.
As Husky leans over, can I help you with something?
Yes. Do you have some of those pickles to go?
Oh, sure, I can get you some. How many do you want?
Uh,
How about a jar? Kubers is buying. And he
Okay.
heads back around the corner and then
All right,
emerges
I'll take
back
it,
with a pretty sizable jar and hands
You
it
have
to
a
you.
couple more of those sausages as well to go.
You ate the last of the ones we cooked.
All right.
Sorry.
And
I'll
ale?
make sure you have
an
some later.
ale to go.
No. What am I going to put it in?
Wait, can I just have a little small, like half ale drink before I walk out of the room?
You gonna chug an ale
I'm
before
gonna
you...
chug an ale before I leave.
All
We'll
right.
come back.
As he fills up another ale and slides it across, you just start. As you begin glugging it, can I have you make a Constitution check?
Oh boy.
15.
15. As you drink this last one, you feel your legs give for a second as the ale begins to really sink in this early in the morning, but you're still standing.
All right. Now
The
that,
day is young.
That will be my last one.
I crack open the pickle jar, and as he's chugging, I just sip some of the pickle juice.
As you begin sipping it, it's spicy. It's unexpectedly very spicy. Oh yeah, those are spicy. If you're okay with that.
I don't mind.
All right.
All right, Ashvin. Use your hand and give me one of them pickles. Oh, I met your other hand. For your third hand.
Oh! Picks out a second one.
If I can have you make a text. If I can have you make an Arcana check
Okay.
to see if we end up choking Iwin.
13.
13. It goes in a little further than you would have
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. I'm going to ask for it.
It's very spicy.
Oh, that is a spicy pickle.
As it begins now. At this point, your eyes are watering. There's a little bit of that crawl at the back of your
All
throat.
right. Woo.
As you step out into the streets now, you see as a crowd.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, it looks like I'm making a killer out here.
Yeah. I'm making. It's great. It's
All
great.
right.
I'm having a great time.
Good job.
You've never been more energetic than right now.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
Make a perception check.
I'm rolling hot tonight. 17.
Ewan is drunk.
You okay?
All right, doing great.
His eyes are watering. There's a little bit of snot in his nose from the pickle.
Right.
Doing great. Gotta find myself a blacksmith.
I'm also carrying most of the armor in my other hand. So I got pickle here, and then I got the armor here.
You get a look from Hecate like, keep an eye on him.
What?
Keep an eye on him.
Oh, he's fine.
Yeah, you should keep an eye on me.
He's drunk.
So am I.
I've been worse.
Oh.
Go back to your cleaning. All right, let's go find a blacksmith.
No, that was a bit spicy.
What was it?
Sorry, folks. I'm gonna. It takes a second. you threw him off.
So as the two drunk friends now squelching through the square, one of them staggering on the feet more than the other, the Ashvin holding on to a massive bundle of armor and a jar of pickles. Takes you about half an hour to find a blacksmith. It's a little bit difficult just because you keep getting lost in the streets. And every 10 minutes or so, you feel like you just keep coming around and seeing an ever larger crowd in front of Hecate as another and a small yeah
It's
rising
really
up from the
starting to
crowd.
get on my nerves. I like my hand. I think it's quite
I
useful.
think your hand is great. They should be crowding around your hand.
As the two of you continue now following the peening sound of hammers, turn onto a street which immediately assaults your senses with the smell of blackened smoke and charcoal furnaces. From the look of it, you see a multicolored spectrum of metals that would lead you to believe that you're actually in a little bit of a smithing row. You can see a tinsmith, a coppersmith. There's a few goldsmiths that are currently in the midst of measuring out and smelting some ores. But this appears to be a little bit of an industrial center for Restavarn for the refined ores that are coming out of the ground. But as you walk your way through, you finally emerge at the end and can see a very heavily built Rolk individual with pitch black fur. And you can see that there appears to be the inked outlines of wide circles around their eyes that have small connecting lines between them. 2 circles in white with 4 white connecting lines. As they're currently swinging a sledgehammer in one hand, smithing out what appears to be a helmet against a large anvil, which shows signs of denting. As this individual is just hammering through, sees the 2 of you walking up, and just letting it slip and fall against the stonework, turns, "Can I help you?"
What do you think? You can. Based on what I just saw here. I got this,
And she set down the heap in front.
and I need that to fit this.
She,
It's too big for me right now.
Do
Do you want a pickle?
I kind of. Is
It's,
it okay?
it's half bitten
Oh,
into.
yeah. There's a
I mean-
give him a fresh one.
Oh, hold it in her mouth.
Wait. Shh, do it with the hand.
What does that mean?
You'll see.
As this hand appears, as, oh, I don't like this. Well, no, I kind of like this.
That's right. You did it.
As you pass the pickle over, you watch as the roll just reaches out and takes the pickle and smelling it, begins crunching on it. Oh, this is good. Yeah, okay.
How much would you pay to have a hand feed you?
That hand?
Yes.
That seems very dangerous.
cool.
As he starts pumping a bellows, which is just spitting out massive coal embers. That seems extremely risky. No.
All right. Don't
Just
give up.
go get your thing
All
done.
right. How much to make that fit this?
To do a modification like this, I'm gonna say 40 gold.
40 gold. Well, I think I gotta go. Here. All right. I gotta go talk to a friend. I'll be back. Can I leave this here?
No.
No.
No, why?
I'll come back with the 40 gold. I just don't want to make her carry
Is
that.
that expensive? I don't.
I don't have 40 gold. Do you have 40 gold?
I don't have 40.
I
but
don't
I
have 40
some.
either.
Oh, are you gonna sell that one? As he points over to the other set of half plate you have.
Yeah.
That's in the pile, right?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
2 sets of armor.
Oh, you can have, like, how much
there
would
two.
that go for?
Well, I mean, it's a little used, but this is half plate.
Right.
So,
I'm drunk, so I don't know currency right now.
oh right, I'll give you.
I'm totally sober.
Make a deception check.
18.
18.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't want to. You feel like you're being ripped off, so. Tell you what, it's about 40 gold to modify it for you,
All right.
but it's not a lot of modifications. It's only gonna take me a couple hours.
That's what I thought.
I'll tell you what. If you sell me that half plate for, let's say, 350 gold, I'll throw in the modification.
Spice.
I think you got yourself a deal.
Sounds good.
That sounds really good. Huh? I think your low bulliness will take it.
I don't want you to feel like you're getting ripped off.
No.
Reputation. Oh, okay, all right.
You're good. You're good.
So I just need to measure you, and then we'll come
All
back.
right, go ahead.
As he takes measurements over the course of the next 10 minutes and begins laying it out on the armor, he pays you 400 gold.
You hold it with yourself then. I mean, I didn't do anything. These guys really got me. You're the one, you and Hecate are the ones that, and I don't want you to have all the money he's getting me. Right now.
Taste it.
As you now have the most money you've ever had.
Oh my.
So 150 each? Is that what
Wasn't
it was?
it?
No, it was 400.
400.
It was
So
400,
200
200. Oh my god.
200 gold each.
Oh my god.
So
Right.
as you begin milling about, kind of checking the other stalls, making your way through, waiting on the armor to be finished, we return to Greta.
Hello. I say hi to people in the street. Hello.
As they just, hi.
Can you excuse me? You.
Yeah.
I don't know who you are.
Human man. Looks to be
Hi,
in his
human man.
mid-30s.
I'm Squick.
Well, I
Listen.
can... Can I help you?
I'm looking for a place where I can buy gems, geodes, tar.
Tar?
Yeah.
Well, you could head to the supplier.
It's a supplier of what? Many things?
The supplier, it's down closer to where the wharf used to be.
Which way's the wharf?
She stands and points that way.
Okay.
About 5 minutes.
Great, bye-bye.
You'll find it's got a bright...
Bye-bye. I'm
bright-
gone.
She began...
That guy talks too slow.
Who are you talking to?
Myself, I got places to be. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Continue walking your way to the wharf. There's a building that dominates the
Okay.
landscape a bit. It's a large brick building with bright yellow bricks painted on the outside.
Okay.
And the outside of it just says pleasant. And then underneath that, you can see in a smaller subheading suppliers. But as you approach the front door of it, it's a heavy door, which is a little bit off-putting for you, given that
There's no one around to help?
not really. No. But after struggling with it a bit, giving it a tug, this oaken door just won't open. Finally, giving it a large pull as a bell rings, you find yourself stepping onto sawdust. Looking around, you appear to be in a section of large counters that are overlooking a central area, as well as racks and racks and racks of goods behind. All twinkling, glowing some, small smoke decanting in corners, as well as this whiff of incense, which looking now is burning on a counter. And as you turn, you hear a familiar voice ring out, "Oh no." And looking up, you see a clerk in neatly trimmed apparel, white shirt, hair up in a bun, Akna.
Oh,
"Hello, Greta.
you remembered my name?
I would never forget you, Greta."
This establishment you work in is very much pleasant, just like the name outside.
Welcome to Pleasant Suppliers.
Do you own this place?
I do not.
Oh.
Can I help you?
Yes. Thank you. Why you seem hesitating to meet me? I'm a good person.
She motions you closer.
Yeah.
Greta, I just want you to know
Yeah.
we do not sell anything here that would be best described as contributing towards narcotics.
So you don't got snood grass?
No.
That's what I was, check that off the list. Okay. Okay, other than that, everything's above board.
Well, then how can I help you?
Have you heard of snood grass before?
No, I haven't. As she looks around to her colleagues who are now leaning a little bit closer over the counters, smiling.
Now listen. You look
I'm all ears.
lovely today.
Thank you so much.
I'm all ears too, see?
I get the joke.
Yeah. So, okay, I'm looking for, do you have any tar? Like a jar of tar?
We do. You need a jar full?
Yes. And I need feathers.
A specific bird?
Don't matter.
Okay.
It's for a fun trap I'm setting.
She looks out at you.
I didn't want to say what I just said. I'm cracking myself up. What the hell?
Danielle has an inside joke with herself.
Okay, Greta made me laugh. Okay. She is. Okay.
Did you just think, don't say this?
Yes.
Akna begins wringing her hands. Greta, listen.
Okay, all above board.
You say that.
Hey, I got enough money to pay for what I'm looking for. I want a jar of tar. I want some feathers. Okay, then I'm looking for one of three things. Either a granite, a black sapphire, or a jade. And by granite, I meant garnet.
Why am I laughing at myself?
We're falling apart.
I'm literally laughing.
Okay, and you see this. She scratches out a note she just written. Well, we have all of those. is.
Oh, good. Can I get 100 gold worth of black sapphire?
As she leans a little bit closer, listen.
Uh-huh.
Inflation's a little high here. So
Okay.
if you're looking for 100 gold of black sapphire, if you were looking for an issue of volume, may I suggest 100 gold worth of jade?
Oh, yeah, I get more?
You would get more.
Well, let me tell you this. So there's this thing that I can do, and it really doesn't matter.
Really does not need to hear the things that Greta has to say regarding her intentions.
All I need is a gem of crystal worth at least 100 gold, so it doesn't matter how big it is. See what I mean?
Oh, it's for a magical effect. Oh,
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say to him.
oh right. Okay, so hold on. And she brings a small scale out and setting it down in front of you. You see that it has 3 plates on it. On the first one, as she pulls out a small set of weights, setting it on, and begins moving them around, you can see there's common denominations on them. On the second one, you can see her reaching into her drawer, begins to pull out a large jade stone and setting it on top. Before then opening up a small lockbox next to her, she pulls out a piece of glass. It's a cube that, looking at it, is attuned to a prism of colors as it casts a slight reflection on the ceiling and walls. And setting it on the scales, you begin to see that the cube itself turns ever so slightly as the scales all begin to reposition themselves like a wave. And as she begins adding more and less weights to the scale, finally at one point the cube stops spinning and the piece of jade in front that she lifts off is pretty large.
I wanted the black sapphire.
I can get you that, but it's a little pricier.
Ah.
Okay, all right. And repeating the
No,
process.
that's fine. It's fine. So take whatever.
No.
It's going to be consumed with the spell.
No, I want you to be happy. And she reaches back into the drawers, and you see her pull out a smaller stone, but sets it down and begins to
Ooh, pretty.
run it across these scales before finally handing you one. It's about the size of a quarter.
Yeah.
Here you go. That is 1 black sapphire for 100 gold.
Okay, and I dump my money out.
As you begin dumping it out, and kind of reacting to the other clerks that are looking at her, she brought in a stone for appraisal. You brought in a stone for appraisal.
I brought in a stone for appraisal. Appraisal.
For appraisal.
Appraisal.
So listen.
Yeah.
Because of the inflation here, I just sold you a stone at an appraisal rate. I have a request, though. She begins...
Okay.
begins moving some of the other items into a bag for you as another clerk arrives with a small jar of tar, and another clerk arrives with a paper bag that's been sealed full of feathers. You can see one that's fastened to the front. It appears it's just plain white chicken feathers.
Great.
Nothing exciting or exotic. But as she begins putting it together, listen, if you ever happen to, I don't know, come up with a concoction that helps with sleep. I've been struggling with sleeping lately, and I would appreciate if you could perhaps nothing too. I just want to fall to sleep at night, Greta. Nothing. Yeah. I don't want to pass out or hallucinate or grow another leg or something.
Where's the herbs around here?
We sell herbs as well.
Okay, so I'm going to need a little bit of sage.
Right.
You got this?
Right. He was writing.
Little bit of lavender. What kind of mushrooms you got?
Quite a selection after the recent skull in the pits.
Do you have the big ones?
Can you give me any
The
more?
size of my ear.
Size of your ear?
Yeah.
She begins flipping through a book. You can see as she's looking at hand-drawn pictures before flipping it around and pointing at one. This one? And you can see it's a large mushroom. It's called crownfoot.
That's it. I gotta write this down. And then I have the rest. Yeah, I can bring you. It comes in a pill form.
It's okay.
I have a little case thing you put it in.
All right.
So what we can do is I'll go make you.
Keep your voice down, Greta.
Oh, what we can do?
Yes, you would like some ingredients.
For my grandmother's tea. but I'll make 1 cup of that tea.
I'm gonna get caught. Please, Greta, I get it.
Okay, and then I'll get the 1 cup of the tea, and then we'll see if it works. And then when I come back from a job I'm on, I can give you more.
Right, okay, and that's 10 gold for the rest of the ingredients.
I got a question, but I don't think you're the right person to ask.
Probably not, Greta.
Do you think I could resell this black sapphire?
You want to sell it?
Resell it for more money.
This poor woman. This poor woman.
Do you see why Greta is basically in jail right now?
Imagine you could.
Okay, well maybe I'll split the profits with you.
You will not be selling it here, though.
Oh, no.
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 No, Greta.
No.
No, Greta.
No.
I love the way you talk.
No.
No, Greta.
No, Greta.
Please take your goods and leave.
Okay, thank you ever so much. Bye, everyone. Thanks for the help.
A few of them will look up from their station and look back at Akna as she just buries her head in her hands.
So I'll go and work on.
So as you begin working on that, takes the better part of a few hours for everyone's different plans to come to fruition. However, are you taking it to her right away?
Yeah.
As you slip it discreetly to her, she quickly shoos you out of the store.
What you wanted me to give it to you?
Greta, please go. I'm very grateful. Please go.
So Sweet Dreams, that's the name of it.
As the door shuts behind you.
Oh, I feel like I'd want to tell her the effects.
It's too late now.
Uh-oh.
She's about to find out.
So as
It can be held under your tongue.
I had to tell her that.
as you have now sobered up, unfortunately, and finished with the blacksmith who fits the half plate to you. It's a good fit.
All right, that's
To suit you
cool.
well.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
The hollow boom, boom. So you now have half plate armor. But as you make your way back through the town square to the Bitter Wisp, and as you can see, a very tired looking
Yeah.
Hecate currently sitting with a small pile of coins, which comes out to 50 gold that you've accumulated in the 2 hours.
Don't
As
say-
Greta returns with the goods that you've shopped for.
Don't tell him about it, too.
As the 4 of you begin to congregate outside the Bitter Wisp now, it's getting to the better part of the afternoon.
Oh, you guys okay? You were drinking a lot when I left.
Yeah, that's right. That's not good enough.
Yeah.
You can all see that Iwin's in a very fine suit of half plate.
Oh my,
Well.
Graves, you look good.
Yeah, that's incredible.
We've had a great blacksmith. He did a great job.
They look real good. How much did that cost?
He had 40 gold.
Where'd you get the money?
I just got some saved up.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
Bad about lying, baby.
What are you saying under your breath?
I'm not saying anything under my breath.
I'm
just saying, I'm just under my breath. I'm like, yes, it was a lot
Pickle?
gold.
Oh, thank you very much. Hey guys, look, I got this black
It's
sapphire.
very spicy.
Ooh, hello.
I made a ton of money.
How much?
I made like 50 gold, yeah.
That's a lot of gold.
Congratulations.
Yeah, this is a lot more money than I've ever had, actually.
Wow.
All right, I gotta come clean.
What?
I gotta come clean.
Do we?
I think we do.
Do we?
If we're gonna be the caveat cooperative, we gotta come clean. All right, here's the thing. We had 2 half plays, right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
We sold him one and gave us 400 gold for it. We split it between the 2 of us.
We did.
So we each got 200.
He
I'm
looks
just-
down at his 50 gold.
But it's only because we were going to come back and give half to you.
You what?
Are you really? Yeah, I guess we were.
Wow.
Here you
I
go.
guess it makes
Yeah.
sense because we all helped kill those men and Kratos together.
Yes, that's right. So you get 100 and you get 100.
This is more money than I've ever had in my entire life.
I
Thank you.
know.
Wow.
That's the caveat. I'll tell you that is the caveat cooperative.
Sure is, huh?
And that's the caveat cooperative.
And that's where we will go to break.
Yeah.
See you very soon. So as we return, the Caveat Cooperative, Caveat Co-op, Caveat Co, Copco,
Caveat co-op.
are currently outside of the Bitter Wisp, having just reconnected after having a very prosperous morning, both making money, acquiring items, and learning some things about their situation.
I wanted to show you guys this thing. Look, it's a black sapphire. Oh, our friend Akna. She works in the Pleasant Suppliers down the road by the wharf. Do you guys need anything?
Oh, the one from the bats.
I might actually need to get something. Yeah.
Well, she's there. She had me make her a sleeping pill. She tries to be goody two-shoe, but I think she's like, you know, kind of cool. Anyway, basically this is she sold it to me wholesale for 100 gold. Okay, so anything else in town we need?
I mean, should we go or should we at least...
I could go get the component for Identify.
Are we all going together or...
I mean, I could just go and come back here.
No, I gotta go with you. We go pit stop and then we head out for real.
Alright,
Maybe
let's
we get a
go,
little
okay.
more food in your tum-tum.
I need a pit stop as well.
Where?
Just a pit stop.
I think she's got a drop.
You gotta use the toilet.
Do you?
Sure.
Like, it's like, don't be ashamed of it. We all drop.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're right.
Oh no, we gotta tell Rupert we're gonna go.
All right, I'm
Do
sorry.
we?
But we'll be back in a day.
I mean, he's probably under the water right now.
He's still
Holding his breath.
Ashvin just needs to go somewhere for like 20 minutes on their own.
So as you separate from the group,
All right, and then I'll go back under the bitter wisp.
No, you come
Alright.
with
I'm
us.
like, no, I'm going to go back in the
No,
bitter
you
wisp.
co-
You come back, you go get in here, and I'll you meet me right back here.
Hey, don't mess this up.
Just
for us.
come with me.
Yeah.
You can
But
come
you said
with
you wanted to be
me.
alone here.
No,
You
it's
just drop.
fine. You can come with me.
Oh,
when
come
you-
on, I'll go
Oh.
ahead.
so as
You'll think
the
of-
two of you
I'm
branch
gonna-
off, and the two of you make your way to the Vibrant Eye. Fiari's behind the counter now. You can see that it appears he's eating noodles of some kind at the desk. The floor is, for once, quite clean. You can see a mop bucket currently pushed against the counter as Fiari's filling his mouth. As you step in, no, walk around the perimeter.
I just stay at the door. I don't even walk all the way up to him. And I yell over,
Can you leave a message for Rupert?
I'm already left a message for Rupert.
Okay, write it again and say we'll be on in one more day.
Will you be staying with us tonight?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I
Oh,
would-
you will.
If we're alive. Yeah.
Really?
Yes. Actually, Kubris.
You know Kubris.
Lord
Yes.
Gelaton.
Lord Gelaton.
You've met Lord Gelaton.
Yes.
We're in his employ.
We are, and apparently
As he's just slurping noodles as
he's
you're talking.
covering our bill.
Oh, is Kubris covering your bill?
Yes.
Yes.
And also, apparently, he is giving the same generosity that he gave to your cousin.
Oh, you do know Kubris.
yes,
Your
we
cousin.
do know him.
Oh, you know about your cousins?
All
Don't
right.
forget.
I will put you in the books.
Oh.
Thank
I'm
you.
aware of who my cousins are. Thank you very much. And begins writing down in the logbook.
What do you think happened with the cousins? On to the Pleasant Suppliers.
As you come into the counter, another clerk tries to sort of head you off just as you walk in. Can I help you before Akna? Oh, my friends have returned.
Hey, hi, Akna.
For the third time, Greta.
Hello.
Lovely to see you.
You too.
Hello,
Hi.
Hecate.
I just, do you have a pearl I could use for a spell?
I bet you customers.
Oh, for a spell, what's the value you need?
Should be about 50 or so.
You're in luck. Pearls aren't really inflated here.
That's good.
It makes sense. We're by the sea.
So, a few moments later, she returns with a small pearl in a box. It's 50 gold.
50 gold.
And slides it across to you.
Take it out and put it. Thank you.
So this was just a hello. Goodbye, Greta.
I have a
Goodbye.
question.
Yes.
Do you have anyone who is a geode or rock specialist here? Is
I
it you?
am a geode and rock specialist.
Oh my, we're gonna be so close.
No.
We're gonna be pen pals.
No, we are not.
So yes, we are.
Nope.
So I'm looking. Have you ever heard of a midnight? It's a rock. It's like a midnight blue, deep blue, shimmery rock, prone to fungus growing on it. This fungus is a deep black, kind of mushroomy fungus. Very dangerous, specifically
She begins writing down.
to people who look of my persuasion.
Small?
Squick.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know the name of it, and I'm trying to get to the bottom of it.
Well, I don't recall anything myself, but I could ask around.
Yeah, if you ask around, I'm going away. I'll be back in a couple days. I'll bring you the rest of the pill.
Greta, please.
We'll see you then.
Goodbye, Greta.
Goodbye.
It is terrible we will never see each other again. Please go. Go.
I have your address now. I'm going to send you letters.
You don't. I
It's
never
a present
told you.
supplier. CC
I don't receive mail
Akna.
here. Please go.
Forward
Please,
it to Akna.
please go.
Bye-bye.
As we cut back to Iwin and Ashvin.
Alright, I just want to apologise for any career back there. I know you're not have to take a drop, it's just a good way of getting out of things, you know. Nobody, if you say, I gotta go for a bit and take a drop, no one questions you. You get as much private time as you want. So what are we doing?
I like you.
Alright, I like you too.
I need to go somewhere, and I'd appreciate it if we didn't talk about it after.
Alright,
Okay?
I can give you that promise.
Ashvin attempts to find, I don't know if we've passed it before, but the bank.
So as you step inside of Wizigan's, there's once more the ruffle of across the carpet that immediately cleans you as you step inside. Your fur kind of standing on end for a second before falling back down. Before a brightly beaming woman behind the counter, behind the brass bars of Wizigan's. Hello and welcome in.
Good afternoon.
You coming in with?
Yeah, but I'm gonna keep my, like a little bit of distance.
Okay.
out of
How can I
respect.
help you?
I need to make a deposit.
Do you have an account?
I do. I have a, yes.
Oh, all right. So if you could just sign your name on this. She hands across a piece of paper with a pen.
And Ashvin does a kind of a signature. It's not in cursive. It's just,
It's enough.
it's just enough.
Yeah, takes it back, and as she lifts it up, it folds upon itself and poofs into a cloud of smoke. All right, so how much will you be deposited?
I'm going to be transferring here, and shoves over 30 gold.
Takes it. All right, and lifting up a lockbox, proceeds to manipulate several dials and levers, an action you've seen before flicking it open, and begins to take the coins and slide them into slots in the lockbox.
And that will be accessible. It will get to where it needs to go, correct?
Always. It's our guarantee.
All right.
And as they close the box, is there anything else I can help you with?
That's it.
Well, thank you very much for stopping by.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And sets the box down behind the counter.
And you might sense that Ashvin, this isn't new to them, but they feel uncomfortable letting the money go.
Alright.
Yeah, and then just wordlessly just walks out.
Alright. Yes, we'll just head back and meet up with the others.
Yes, let's go.
Alright.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I know you say not to talk about it, but I'll talk about something that's a little related to it, you know. I haven't let anybody touch my own money in a long time, you know. I used to be in a lot of trouble with a lot of money. Money
Yes?
used to get me in a lot of trouble.
Did it?
Oh, yeah.
How?
I don't know if I should tell you. He pulls out those dice he has and just shows her.
I've seen those before.
That's right. These are the reason I got in all that money trouble.
Are they expensive?
No, they're not expensive. I guess it's more like they can be and they can't be. You ever heard of games of chance?
Oh, yes. I've never played, but
Right.
yeah.
I'll tell you right now, you shouldn't. It's quite a thrill.
Yeah. I have seen people. I spent several years before meeting all of you in BS, and I did see people sometimes in the streets playing those games.
I could never show my face there.
In BS?
Oh, no.
Why?
Yes. Can you keep something between the two of us?
Yes.
You promise?
Yes.
All right. There's a couple places around ben-tir that I am wanted. At least I was about 70 years ago. I don't know if they're still standing.
Under what name?
Well, possibly my own and a couple of others. Some high debts.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah. Keep that between us, you know.
I was sending money back home.
Ah, that's very nice of you to do that.
Yeah.
I don't really have family. It's fair, and we don't really have anybody like that. Not take care of each other. Maybe part for a little bit of time, but they usually split up.
Is it nice
Not having family?
not having ties or?
It can be. You get to meet new people, new experiences. But there is this one. It's like I told you all around the campfire and all that. I've never had anybody I cared about, you know. At least temporarily. But then I have these dreams. Can't sleep. That's why I like the ale so much. I drink the ale, I sleep better. Don't dream. It sounds like a problem, but you know, sometimes you just want to sleep without some images in your head. And those images are of somebody, which is a daughter that I've known I shouldn't have a memory of. That's another thing. I can tell you a lot, I can recall a lot. We don't remember our families. We don't remember the people that we become close to for a period of time. We forget all that. But these dreams are doing the opposite of that. I'm remembering a daughter that I shouldn't remember. Sorry if this is a lot just to drop on you.
No, I was just thinking that it sounds nice.
You think it sounds nice to dream about somebody you can't?
No, the
You
part
only-
about not remembering.
What are you trying to forget?
Family's complicated.
That's true. What's so complicated about yours? That you're trying to forget so hard.
I promise. Someday I'll tell you.
Alright. Someday.
And walks off.
Ugh. You gotta slow your brace now. I got what to say with
Well, I
that.
can't carry you like I do Greta. You don't like it.
I don't want to be carried. I'm just saying, don't be running off. Jeez, we made a promise. I wasn't going to pester you about it. Oh, yeah. Let's go find the other two.
She gives him like a playful nudge.
Oh, that hurt a bit.
There's a lot of mass behind it. As you return back to the outside of the Bitter Wisp, you find that Hecate and Greta have just turned the corner and are walking up to you. Would you
I
like
got a
to?
new pen pal. I got a new pen pal, you guys.
Don't think it
Who's your
seems
pen
like
pal?
she
Yeah. I put Akna on my list of friends.
Did you
She
steal
seems to
her
want to
pen?
get rid of you.
That's all of her act, you know. Hey, did you get your stuff done?
Yeah,
Yes.
Well
Okay.
done. Cool.
let's go.
So as the four of you begin to head deeper into Restavarn, and then theoretically out of Restavarn through the north, you find that the wind begins to shift around this time of day, such that the steam and the black smoke, which is always blowing out to sea, as you've experienced, begins to blow into the city. And as it does, as you're exiting, there's this almost black specter of smoke, which proceeds to fill the town square and the streets in a haze, which is difficult to breathe and uncomfortable. You can hear people coughing inside of houses along the thoroughfares, and as they shuffle to and from in the streets, covering themselves with scarves or things at hand to keep out the noxious fumes. As you're walking out, it's enough of a cloud of soot that it begins to settle over the surfaces around you, including your clothing, your hands, your gloves, such that as you move yourself in your own space, you can see streaks of it just running along. But there's also a wetness to it from the humidity of the steam, such that it's sticky. Oh. And you begin to see why this city is so filthy. As you are making your way through, you find that it gets a little bit easier to navigate after you exit a lot of the lean-to buildings, which occupy the middle of the city itself. It appears that there's not a lot of stable land around Restevarn, which is something you kind of put together as you're walking, just seeing it cracked and buckled along the shoreline. But it appears to be especially true as you get further and further north, where the buildings get a lot smaller, a lot more spread out, still in this kind of permanent hovel state. At this point, you actually begin to see families, which so far you haven't encountered at all. You can see children, you can see couples that are currently carrying bags of food from stores, or also carrying goods from market. You can see generations of individuals that appear to be living together in these awful, squalid conditions. The entire time you're walking, this oppressive black cloud of smoke never abates, never leaves, just continues to settle and choke and blot out the sun. Till after about an hour, as you finally navigate away from the city itself and begin to exit into the more desert canyon expanse, beyond the grip of the lean-to shelters and pop-up tents that have occupied everything in your eyesight the last hour, you can see the scrabbly bushes and mountain terrain that you had previously encountered when you first arrived through the Brabelark.
So this is the same direction that we came in.
You're heading the opposite direction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you entered from the south, and now you're exiting through the north. And looking back behind you, you can see the craziness of the city itself. It looks more farcical from a distance, as at any given point, it appears as if it's a giant house of cards that could just collapse under a heavy wind. But looking down now upon the road, you can see the very clear marks of sleds, wheel wells, as well as the constant treading of feet and piles of muck that are slippery and covering the entirety of the road.
Whoa.
They're lined up along the edges such that you're in a bit of a lined path that is dotted with the droppings of animals and silt that has spilled out of whatever conveyance it was being carried in. And now, as you're making your way forward, you actually encounter a lot of people coming back with empty wheelbarrows, empty sacks, empty vessels, some balanced on heads, some carried across backs. You can see larger wagons of downtrodden-looking donkeys pulling them. You can see several teams of oxen pulling an enormous long wagon sled, as the driver is currently grunting, trying to direct the 6 or so oxen which would pull this enormous device for carrying the silt and muck. Until finally, as you come around a bend, and they're now looking down into a basin, which is surrounded by the thinnest sprigs of green grass and a small river flowing out of the mountains into what you imagine at one point was a large meadow. You can see an enormous pile of silt. It stretches nearly as far as you can see. And you begin to wonder if it just keeps going forever, or if it's just so high that you're just looking at layers of it settled in like dunes as it's continually blown by the wind. As it is, an army of individuals is currently carting up with shovels and with buckets as it's being shifted from piles where it's dropped off with teams of animals and carriers that are now lined up around what looks to be a receiving area of some kind with packed gravel, of which surrounding it look to be 15 to 20 very heavily armed individuals in multiple colors, which would indicate mercenary companies, you can't really you don't catch any of the blue that you would see with Azure Company, but you do make out an occasional gold and an occasional red.
This is insane.
This is a dump.
Is this a wheat field?
No, this is a dump.
Not anymore.
Looking at it, you can see there is an area that's slightly higher than the rest, which is pushed off to one corner. And it's a small rocky outcrop that looks like it's built up a bit with earth and grass. And on top of it is a dilapidated looking house that has no roof, no doors, no windows. It looks like it's barely just a frame of a building. But as it is overlooking it, next to the husk of what is possibly an old silo, you begin to get a glimpse of the fact that you're looking at Emer's wheat field. But as it is, you're currently looking at a sea of silt in front of you. Paths leading into it are either places people have walked or simply where the earth is eroding away from the constant toxic seabed which is being dumped into this area. But you can see a main road stretching over to the left, which is the way that this avenue kind of goes, and then innumerable goat paths of individuals who took a shorter trip and just tipped it over the edge.
Does there seem to be someone in charge? If so, does it look like we shouldn't talk to them? I feel like we should just suss out the area. I don't know.
From your perspective, you have a kind of a commanding view of what's in front of you. The area that is the unloading area that's currently to your left, which will be the northwest out of Restavarn, that's to your left is over 100 feet away from you. It's far enough away that you're just blips on a hill at this point.
Okay.
The goat path that runs to the right and down into the midst of this enormous silt field, of which also it's worth saying there are at least several hundred people crawling over these dunes with what look to be shovels that are currently shifting piles from one to the other. The organization of it is lost to you as it all looks like a giant mess. Also to the right and further up, much further it's about probably 600 or 700 feet through the silt is this taller outcrop which the ruined house is on.
Can we see silhouette through the house?
The house is bare. It's almost a bare wood planks.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's just the skeletal remains of a house. It's
Okay.
not it's very clearly not lived in.
What's
it's exposed to the elements.
easiest way to walk the perimeter, I guess?
Make a perception check.
17.
13.
20.
Yeah. 20.
Oh.
Rolled a 2 + 3, 5.
We'll go with Ashvin's call.
What has happened is Ashvin's feet have just been kind of caking in this silt, so then they've bent down and they're trying to wipe it off, but then they realize that it just sticks to the fur on my hands, and then and then I try and wipe it off with the other hand, but then I realize it keeps going.
And as you're wiping it off, the black soot from the burning pipes is just continuously just shifting it around.
And I try to look up, but I'm just kind of grunting, just like,
Need a hand there?
yes.
It's just as the
That'll be 5 gold.
the
please.
dust and muck is flung from you. in every
That
direction.
is useful.
I'm getting so much mileage out of this. This
Can
is
you
great.
do me real quick?
Yeah.
Wow.
Of course, he says an incantation with it too.
Of
but
course.
yeah, it's just fun.
Of course.
Thank you.
No problem.
Well, you could. You're just going to do it and I'm going to get dirty up here again. I might as well wait.
I know, but it gets in my fur. You
Gets in
don't
my
got...
beard, too.
Oh, you got that. You got fur to face.
What's the plan?
With that perception check,
Oh, yeah.
you can see that the easiest method to get into this heap is to the left, and it's through this receiving area where it's actually been graveled. However, there is a large mercenary presence there. There are several people that they are directing others, but whether there's some kind of hierarchy of leadership, it's lost to you. To the right, there's no way to walk around this. You're in it either way.
But we don't go near the mercenaries if we go
There's
that way.
no guards as far as you can see in any direction except for the unloading area.
I feel like we shouldn't walk toward them.
Shouldn't or should?
Not.
But we got to get a good eye on everything.
No, we gotta take a
I
look
mean-
around.
Okay, maybe we should walk toward them. Listen to the conversations.
Just be perceptive and take aim to your surroundings as we
Yeah.
walk down into this thing.
So are you stepping towards on the gravel pathway, or are you going like down the goat path into it?
Gravel pathway toward mercenaries, right?
Yeah, gravel.
Right, yeah, let's go there then.
You can see as you begin to turn the bend, there's a line of probably 60 individuals with their wagons and their loads that are currently stacked up waiting in the queue. And as you begin to walk around them, a few of them give you embittered glances as it appears that you're essentially skipping a line slightly.
Oh.
But as you're walking down along the way, you hear a few under their breath mutterings of individuals who are currently holding heavy loads, and begin to make your way closer. You can see that there appears to be several individuals who are directing traffic, that are calling in loads in the wagon load that's being dumped, and then measures and weights. From this perspective, you can see that the two mercenary companies that are visible appear to be Songdino, that you had recognized from the sign, which was the laurel wrapped in thorns on a red background, as well as the Grin and Barrett. As you begin to get a glimpse of it, you can see that the shifting weight of one of the dunes, as you're currently standing underneath, begins to tremor slightly before there is this concerned yelling and screaming as the wind shifting is causing one of the large collections of silt to shift towards the collection area.
Okay.
And you hear one of the mercenaries from Song Dinal just turn and go, "Run!"
All right.
How far away from us?
as we go pick up on that next week.
No!
Thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this. If you are interested in supporting the channel, you can check out patreon.com/BrooklynQuarter, where every little bit goes a long way towards helping us do this. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week.